I gave you a whole week off. You're welcome. We're going to talk about dividing with fractions today. But before I do, I'd like to give a shout out to 3 people. I'd like to give a shout out to Hunter, to Renz, and to Jayana. You guys were doing some work over spring break, and it's really good to see you guys on Canvas. So keep it up. Keep doing some good work. All right, we are going to be talking about dividing with fractions, and it is almost as easy as multiplying with fractions. So we like it. We like it. I promise. All right, guys, you just have to remember stay, change, flip, and we'll talk about what that means. All right, guys, like I said, all you have to remember to divide with fractions is stay, change, flip. That's our rule. Stay, change, flip, stay, change, flip, stay, change, flip. So stay means that the first fraction stays the same. So I'm not going to make any changes to that first fraction. Then change. I'm going to change division to multiplication. Now remember, this is only the rule for dividing with fractions. I do not follow this rule when I'm multiplying. I only follow it for dividing. And then flip means numerator over denominator. I want to change those spots. So instead I want to put the denominator on top of the numerator. Okay, stay, change, flip. Stay, change, flip, stay, change, flip, stay, change, flip. Maybe if I say it 72 times, you'll remember stay, change, flip. Stay, first fraction stays the same. Change division to multiplication. Flip the second fraction. Flip them over. Put the denominator on top and the numerator on the bottom. All right, so let's go ahead and look at our first example. Now, oh, sorry, ninjas. They weren't so good, were they? All right. With this first example, you will notice that I have 1 fraction, not 2. But remember, our rule for dividing with fractions or multiplying with fractions is that the first thing I need to do is make both numbers into fractions. So I'm going to make my 3 into a fraction because I'm dividing with fractions with an S on the end. So what I'm going to do is just put a 1 under it. Okay. Now that I have 2 fractions, now I'm going to follow my stay, change, flip rule. Stays the same. Changes from division to multiplication. And then I flip. It started out as 3 over 1. Now it's going to be 1 over 3. Now this looks like something I absolutely know how to do. I'm multiplying fractions. 1 times 1. 4 times 3. And that's the answer. All right, I don't do anything else. That is the answer. Stay, change, flip, and then multiply to solve. Okay, example 2. Again, here in example 2, I have 1 fraction, but I need 2 fractions. So I'm going to go ahead and multiply this, or I'm going to go ahead and do my stay, change, flip by putting a 1 under it. So 2 over 1, it stays 2 over 1 because it's the first fraction. The division symbol changes to multiplication. The second fraction flips. Now I'm going to go ahead and do multiplication to solve the problem. 2 times 5 gives me 10. 1 times 1 gives me 1. How many 1s are in 10? Well, 10 of them. So that's the answer. Okay. Now, I can also use this method when I'm dividing whole numbers by simply changing them into fractions. So for example, if I have 7 divided by 8, okay, I'm going to use dividing fractions in this lesson for this problem. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have fractions by putting them over 1, okay? Now I follow my stay, change, flip rule. First fraction stays the same. Then I change the operation. Now I flip the second fraction. Instead of being 8 over 1, it'll now be 1 over 8. Now I'm going to multiply to solve. 7 times 1, 1 times 8, and that is the answer. Okay? Remember, stay, change, flip, and we like this almost as much as we like multiplying. There's just an extra step before I can multiply our fractions. Okay, stay, change, flip, stay, change, flip, stay, Yeah, you said it to yourself, didn't you? Stay, change, flip. All right, guys. I'll see you on the next one.